Hi, my beauties. So I did a little experimentation. I used a yellow with blue, and I think it came out nicely. If you want to see how I did on this, stay tuned. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe, ring the bell, so you're notified whenever I put up a new video. Hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, tell your friends, because once we get to 350, then a big giveaway. And I've been, at the end of the videos, been showing one of the big items that's going in. It's going to take a little bit to get the number up, so I'll be doing like before and adding and adding and adding, and probably end up with like this giant box, which thrills my husband to no end because I keep buying stuff to put in. But anyway, like what you see, stay tuned. Hi, my beauties. So I've already done my brows, and I did something new. Instead of using my Urban Decay primer for my eyes, I went ahead and, because I've heard people using the Shape Tape, and I have a little sample that I got. Focus. It won't focus. Anyway, we all know the Shape Tape. But I've seen different people use that to prime the eyes, so I'm giving that a go. We'll see. Now I did something yesterday with my eyes. I'm doing a different look, but the transition, I really liked how that came out. So I'm going to do that process again. And this is the You Can Be Twilight and Dusk palette. And see if I can remember, because I couldn't. Just stuck my finger in it. You know, best laid plans. Bloopers. Anyway, I'm going to go in with the Blazing, and then I'm going to hit it with the Nefertiti, because the Amethyst just wasn't enough for that. And of course I'm using the Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, because that's my go-to, my favorite. And I go above my crease line because of the fact that my eyes are hooded. Those that watch regularly know this to be true, because I say it each and every time. But for those of you that are new, if your eyes are hooded, you kind of want to go above the crease line so that you can more or less like lift the eye. It's not really lifting it, it's just an optical illusion. It's tricking it to look lifted. And okay. And those that are new, welcome. And I do hold my brush very odd when I do this eye. It's because I have to use this mirror when I do real close up, because it magnifies like 20 times. I call it the devil mirror, because you see things that are just not right. and you swear it's evil. I thought it was bad when I would use my sister's 10 times magnification mirror. And I was like, this isn't right because, you know, the pores are real large. I found blackheads. I found eyebrow hairs that I swore my eyebrows were clean and plucked. Not until you look in one of those mirrors. I even had my son's fiance look at this mirror to show her just how magnified it is. She was like, oh, get that thing away from me. You know, because nothing like having a mirror point out your flaws and so forth. Okay. And then also, for those that are new, I use a color switch. All that does is when you swirl your brush into it, it releases so that it doesn't transfer the color. Does not take the place of washing your brushes. That would be nice if it did, but it doesn't. Now, when I come in with the darker color, I'm still going above the crease, but I'm coming a little bit lower and tighter in. Because you want it to, you know, work as a transition. You want it to blend nicely and seem seamless. Or at least, you know, that's how I like to do it. I have always said there are no rules in makeup. It's really a matter of it being your art. But there are tricks and techniques that you can pick up and see if they work for you. And that's all that I did, was just watching videos and seeing different things done and going, you know, hey, that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to try that. Some of it hasn't worked out for me, okay? Because the reality of it is each one of us has different skin, okay? So the texture is different. Our eye shapes are different. My sister, when I was younger, she's older than I am by almost 5 years. And she would sit there and tell me, because she wasn't real into makeup or anything. That was all me. And, you know, it was so bad that I wouldn't even, my mom would say, you know, can you go check the mail? I'm like, well, I have to get ready first. And she's like, who are you planning to see? I'm like, you never know. And trust me, go to the store one time without your hair done, without your makeup, you will run into everyone. I promise. But I just wouldn't do it. But my sister would say, you know, do my makeup like you do yours. Well, my sister, her eyes, she doesn't really have a defined crease. She's starting to get one because she's up there in age, but you know, and her eyes were much smaller than mine. I've always been able to do all sorts of multiple colors because of my eye shape. Not everybody can do that. So it's watching videos, watching the techniques, and then applying it to yourself and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And I always say, you have nowhere to go? Play with your makeup. Get experimental. Try new things. Because what's the worst thing you're going to do? Wash it off? So, anyway, going in with the Beauty Glazed Warm Tone, and we're going to experiment. It's something that I kind of did once for fun when I was in high school. We had our school colors, but we also, the way the school was done, there were 4 hallways with lockers. Okay, and they were huge. You had the freshman hall, sophomore, junior, and senior. But you keep that hallway through your 4 years. So when the seniors graduate, that then becomes a freshman hallway. Okay, as the others move up the line. So for school spirit, we had sorry, brain's trying to stick. We had class colors as well. So the school colors were blue and gold, and my class colors were blue and gold. So for Spirit Week, I did yellow and blue all around. And it actually looked really good. So we're going to try that. These do not have names, but we're going to hit the lid with this yellow, and then see that blue? We're going to do the outer part with the blue, inner part with the yellow, and we shall see if, because the yellow that I used was very, very yellow. It wasn't like this yellow. That's really not wanting to come out well. I might need to spray my brush just so I can get this the way that I want it to look. I don't know yet. And I might throw my diamond dust over. Seems like I got a little Nefertiti right there. Blooper. I don't edit my videos. Mainly, I'm not real sure how to work the editor system that I use. I'm learning a little bit, but not enough to go, speeding things up or cutting things out. So, what you see is what you get. Now, there are times where I pause it because I have 3 fur babies that are just like children. They wait until you're doing something where I just got that all over the place, man. They wait till you're doing something, and then they're like, Mom, 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 Mom. Well, that's how my fur babies do. They wait until I'm taping, and then they start barking at every little thing, every little noise. That's why you can hear in the background that I have the TV on, which I have it on QVC today. Because Christmas is going to be coming up. They need to buy Mom a gift. But it's the kind of, because in my house you can hear every little noise. People walking down the street, cars going by, neighbors in the yard playing, that sort of thing. And if I'm not sitting right there with them, they will bark their heads off to let me know. So when they start going off real bad, I pause. A little more. Because you want them to at least look like they're in the same family. They don't have to be twins. They need to be related. Not in the eyeball. I don't recommend that in the least bit. Okay, they're at least cousins. Now, for that blue. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, what on earth is going through her head, mixing warm colors with cool colors? Again, no rules. I forgot how much this blue just does not like to go on well. I have to work with it a lot. And this blue, I am going to bring up and you'll see when it blends out. And that's just for my own kind of wanting things to be seamless, or as much as I can make them seamless. Because we are so not perfect by any means. Although I did get complimented. Someone on Instagram messaged me asking for tips because they really liked my looks. And I was like, thank you so much. I mean, that was like the sweetest thing and the best compliment ever. You know, and then I went and I looked at her pics closely, and I'm like, I don't think there's anything I can teach her. I mean, her looks were awesome. And, you know, I was like, I may need to get tips from you, because they were that, you know, awesome. But it made my day, you know, that there was someone that just randomly messaged me and, you know, to tell me they liked what I do. And a lot of what I do is because of OCD. I have to have things relatively perfect. And it gets real bad. My husband won't even do dishes with me anymore, because there's a certain order that they need to be done in. And loading a dishwasher has to be a specific way. I've been known, when he's done it, to go in and rearrange the dishwasher because it's not right. Now, it's not like severe where, you know, I've got to touch a doorknob, you know, a specific amount of times, or check to make sure everything's locked so many times, or wash my hands so many times. It's just, you know, things like just making them look as perfect as I can get them. And a lot of it deals with cleaning, because if I'm cleaning the bathroom and then I put something under the sink and I look at it and I see that it's just all jumbled in a mess, everything comes out so that I can go through it and put it back nicely. And so I'll make a bigger mess just to get it cleaned properly. It drives my husband nuts. And I'm like, you knew what you was getting into? I didn't lie about it. And I told him I don't cook. And it's a good thing that he loves to cook. We probably all starve. When he would work nights when my kids were young, I worked during the day and he worked nights. So that, you know, we didn't have... my mom watched the kids when, you know, we worked. But I didn't want her to have to do it like so all the time. So we rearranged our schedules so that, you know, there was only like an hour or so that my mom would have to watch them. But I don't cook. And my kids would be like, not McDonald's again, Mom. Do we really have to have pizza? And, you know, for them to be as young as they were complaining about getting McDonald's, I was like, okay, I've got to figure something out, or my kids are going to starve. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause and I'm going to do this eye like I've done over here. Then I'll come back and we'll go through the blending and everything because it's already starting to get long. Mine always tend to get long. And I apologize, but things have to be right. So I'll be right back. Okay. So I went ahead and did this eye as well. Those of you that watch regularly, you know that I usually highlight with what I set with. But I decided to go ahead and use this pink because it's so pale that, as you can see, it works good for highlighting. So I have my Elizabeth Mott blending brush, and I always start up at the top line where it's lightest. And that's so that when I start blending into the dark, I'm not dragging that dark into it. You know, because you want, you know, your different colors to show, but you don't want to have the dark going where you don't want it to go. Okay? Because you can already see the difference just going on this top part and getting that blended. Now, some like to blend along the way. I'm not one of them. I like to get everything where I want it to be and then blend. Then I'm going to come into the yellow and go into the blue. Then get that blue blended with my transitions. Oh boy, neighbors' dogs are barking and I can hear them. Which means before long we will hear mine chime in. So, you can see the difference between the one that I blended out and the one that I didn't. This has very harsh lines, okay? And this one doesn't. I'm not big on harsh lines. Now, some, that is exactly what they're looking for, and that's fine. Like I said, this is your art. So, you know, if you want to create the lines and keep them, more power to you. It's just not my thing. Okay, so that's them blended. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up my makeup, and then I'll be back, and it'll be like magical because it'll be all done. Okay, so I finally got everything done. I used the blue under my eye. Now, trick that I had picked up from someone that I honestly cannot remember who. But when you're doing the under eye, close your eye like that and go through, and it smudges it so beautifully. It's just something that I saw somebody do, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try it. And then it worked. And for those that have been asking, and those that haven't, with my eyelashes, because usually at this age, you have to start kind of relying, if you want a full lash look, on false eyelashes. I don't have to do that, okay? Sometimes if I want a more dramatic look, I'll do them. But for the most part, I don't. What I do, when I'm putting on like the hyaluronic acid serums, I close my eyes and I put it all over, including my lashes and my eyebrows. When I do my eye moisturizers, again, close my eyes and I make sure that I'm hitting my lashes as well. And then when I open, I'm getting the bottoms. So that way, it really conditions my eyelashes, and I'm seeing a huge improvement since doing that. Also, when I do mascara, I live for my brush. I'm actually getting one that has metal because my favorite one, which was this one, you can see it's missing some teeth. From cleaning it, it broke. So I'm getting a metal one that I can really get in there and clean. But when I put the mascara on, I just take comb and go right through it. Separates the lashes, takes out any clumps. Okay. Of course, I've been using the hourglass that I got. In love with it. My poor husband. Same thing with this Yves Saint Laurent. Smells awful. Oh, awful. Very, very bad. Once you have it on, you really can't smell it. Okay? It does take a while to dry down, but that can be good because you can still work with it and perfect it. But when it does, it's not drying. It's the first one I found that does not dry. Even the Kat Von D, the trying to think of all the different ones that I have. Even, I can't think of it. But, a lot of the name brands, because I keep looking down here and all I have is the Kat Von D, but they dry and they pucker. Oh, NARS is another one. I love the colors of NARS, and they're not as bad as some, but they do kind of dry out, and you really want to make sure you use lip balm prior. This, I don't have to. And like I said, once it dries down, it still has some transfer, not much. So, again, my poor husband. That's just more overtime the poor man's going to have to do. Because I like it and I kind of get what I want. It's just life. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if you like what you saw, please subscribe. Ring the bell so you get notified anytime I put a new video up. Hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me different things you want to see. I'm open to a lot of ideas. As long as I can do it, I'll do it. Tell your friends, because I'm going to be doing a very big giveaway. When I hit 350, one of the items that's going to be in said giveaway, because usually I keep them a secret, but I'm letting you in on one of them. It's this Pure Midnight Masquerade palette. Okay, brand new, not open, still has its seals. And it's a face palette. So you've got your eyeshadows, you've got some blushes, you've got, highlighters. Okay, so it's a very good palette. I love mine that I have. Okay, I love it. And I'll probably do another look with it very soon. But anyway, that's one of the giveaways, so tell your friends to subscribe, please, and thank you. And till then, goodbye, my beauties.